Hey.
So now that I've gotten this is an inaugural episode. We don't have anyone in here yet, but that's quite all right. Um, Actually, I'll share it to share it to all the Discord people before we get started because I'm sure they're gonna want to be part of this discussion because I have a lot of fun questions to ask. There is someone in here, but we're gonna go ahead and share copy. It wouldn't be a huge pop wrestling podcast show without being a couple minutes late. So,
Right.
um, let's see here. So we'll go into here and watch. Throw in that one, and then I will throw it into the free talk one, and just for shits and giggles, throw it into the um uh, the one over here. In the formerly known as the Panda Wrestling Company, the people have moved on from Panda. So anyway, so thank you for being the first guest. I'm really super excited about the new things that we're gonna be doing every Wednesday. Um
You're welcome, Matt.
Basically what it's gonna be is we're gonna talk about you. We're gonna talk about you as a wrestling fan. We're gonna talk about all sorts of stuff. Like my first question is how long have you been a wrestling fan?
I've been a wrestling fan on and off since I was a teenager. I'm
Okay.
gonna say Hulk Hogan days.
Okay.
Hulk Hogan, was my favorite. But I think I could go back further than that because my grandmother, rest in peace, had me watching before the Hulk Hogan days actually. So
Okay.
I say when I was like a child, but
Okay.
I didn't become really interested until Hulk Hogan. So
Oh, okay. So I mean that was my next question. Like who? So is that your? That's the guy that you originally like. That's the guy. That was your
yep,
first. That was your first Wardlow.
yeah. No, I wouldn't say that. Mm-mm, mm-mm. He wasn't my first Wardlow. My first Wardlow was actually Barry Windham. I
Interesting.
had a I had a big crush on Barry Windham.
I don't
I
know
don't know
much about
why.
him.
I think it was the blonde hair.
Okay.
But I had a
So
few of them. It was him. It was Jake the Snake Roberts. His mustache. I loved his mustache.
okay. Okay.
It was a couple, but I really, really got into wrestling in '99 when I saw The Rock.
I mean that kind
That
of makes sense.
that's what got me really heavy into wrestling. Ever since then, The Rock.
Talking about The Rock, this is a little off what I had planned, but he's playing Maui in the new they're doing a live action Moana, and they're letting him
Mhm,
be Maui.
mm.
And I had a discussion with my wife last night, and I go, "How is that? Maui wasn't jacked. Like Maui was a your typical big Samoan. Like he was like Samoa Joe looking. Like
But I mean, let me clarify something. Wasn't Maui the dude with all the hair,
yeah, that was the guy that The Rock voiced.
voice?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. I mean,
I mean Maui definitely was not. Hold on, let me see if it's still on my. Uh, yeah, I mean, let's see here. That's Maui.
Okay. I mean, if he did the voice of the Rock in the first one,
Yeah,
it only makes sense that he's gonna be Maui in the
yeah,
live action one. Is they gonna give him hair and all that?
yeah. They actually had. I should have saved it to Facebook. They had a because they've already started shooting, and he has stills of what he's going to look like.
Yeah.
He looks like a badass.
Okay. I'm gonna have to inform my daughter. She loved Moana when she was younger. So I'm gonna have to inform her that there's a live act. What is a live movie? What
Yeah,
show?
yeah, live action movie, just like they did with Beauty and the Beast and a couple of the other ones.
Oh, okay.
But okay, so Hulk Hogan was your first big dude that you. What's going on, Johnny Cass? Um, Hulk Hogan was your first favorite.
Yep.
What got you to be a wrestling fan? Like, what was the thing that got you there?
That actually got me there. I say I mean me as a woman, when I saw I could remember it like it was yesterday. I happened to be turning on the TV and there's this guy doing a promo. It's The Rock. He had on one of he was doing an actual promo, and I think he was talking to Triple H. And I think it was when SmackDown had premiered. It was the night SmackDown had premiered because I think it did premiere in '99 or something like that. And The Rock was on there giving a promo and talking about his $300 shirts and his $5,000 shoes or whatever. And that drawed me to him. That drawed me to him because I liked the way he was spoke and I liked the way he talked and everything. So I was like, this guy knows this guy really sounds good on the mic. I'd like to know more about this guy. And then there was Shawn Michaels and everything. I didn't start watching WWE really, really watching it until SmackDown came on because I couldn't afford cable. I couldn't afford Raw to watch Raw because it was on cable. So that's when I really got heavy, heavy into
Okay.
um wrestling. When I first saw The Rock do his promo on SmackDown. Yep.
I mean, it makes sense. He is the most electrifying man in sports entertainment. So,
Mhm. Back then he was. Yes, he was.
um, so what was your favorite? Everyone has to have. I mean, I have a favorite rock promo. What's your favorite rock promo?
Oh gosh, there's so many of them. Um, my favorite. Probably the one about the ones to me are the ones backstage when he's making fun of the announcers that's interviewing him.
Oh, where it calls Kevin Kelly a ugly hermaphrodite.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it wasn't that one. It was the one where he was talking when the coach was interviewing, and he asked the coach, he said, "What kind of music do you like? You like Barry Manilow?" I think it was that one.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
he was I think it was that one. And he told the coach dance. He said, "Dance, coach, dance for the Rock." And coach was dancing. He said, "Say hi to the camera." He was waving hi to the camera. And he said, "Turn around or something." And he kicked him in his ass and told him, "Get out of here." Remember?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
It was that one. I don't specifically know what he was saying, but when he do promos like that and just makes the announcers look really stupid, I enjoy those. I enjoy them.
My favorite one would be the Hell in a Cell one where he was in there with
Oh, with when he was doing all the characters.
yeah. That's
Yeah,
my
that
favorite one.
one. Yeah, that one. Um, I barely, rarely remember that one when he because he was in a He was in a Hell in a Cell with with The Rock and Kurt Angle and Undertaker and all them. Is
Yeah,
that yeah,
Undertaker, Stone Cold, Triple H, Rikishi.
Rikishi? Yeah,
Yeah, I did it for The Rock. I did it for the people. And he's all like, shut up, you thong wearing fatty. Yeah, that's probably
yeah.
my.
I remember that one. Yeah, that was one of his most memorable ones. And it's another one I remember too. Remember when the one where Stone Cold got hit and they was trying to figure out who did it, and The
Yeah.
Rock was talking to the investigators. That one was a great one too. And he was like, write this down. Write this down. What's your favorite donut? And he said, jelly. He said, jelly? Oh, jelly's a good one. He was telling him, squeeze all the jelly out the donut. He said, write this down. You don't want to miss this. Turn that sunbit sideways and whatever. I used to love that. I love that promo as well. So
that
I used
um
to break my neck to rush home to watch SmackDown so I could hear his promos. Because I was working and I was like, oh my gosh, SmackDown's about to come on. So I would rush home I said, I got to go home and see his promos. I can't miss it. His promos were really, I love his promos.
he's one that I think the the people, the new generation coming through, they need to watch his stuff.
Hmm.
His delivery is amazing. Um, I put him in the top 5 promos of all time. Like he's he's right there with like Rowdy Piper, right there with Ric Flair's in that mix. Just great people who can talk, and
Yes. I mean,
so
it's easier to talk when you can speak your mind. You know what I mean? He basically spoke his mind and, you know, he was a natural. I mean, the guy was a total natural.
well
And he,
his dad was one of the biggest shit talkers in the business. Like
yeah,
Rocky Johnson was one of those guys that he was the biggest character in and out, like away from the business as well. I don't know if you've seen any of Young Rock or
mm,
anything.
well, like, yeah, I watched Young Rock. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I did.
So what's going on, PWZ? Thanks for joining. Um, it's Wrestletok Wednesday. We have our special guest Dawn with us today, talking
Hi.
about about what she likes in pro wrestling, who her favorites are currently, or well, we're talking about past right now. We're talking. She likes Hogan. She was a Rock fan, and everyone who knows Dawn knows that she's a Wardlow fan, and
Yep.
she's practically gonna like engage to Wardlow at this point. I
Yeah, he
think.
doesn't know it yet, but when I go to Vegas, you know,
I mean,
I'll
there's
ask
wedding
him.
chapels there. There's all sorts of wedding
There's a
chapels.
whole bunch of chapels there. Uh-huh. I could go there and get married for a couple of days and get divorced and be home all in one weekend.
But so now that next segment or next part is what? Okay, so we all met all we all have TikTok in common. Everyone that's going to be on the show is going to have TikTok in common because that's how we all met.
Right.
What brought you to TikTok? Like, what was the like? Because I know me, I saw the funny videos and I was like, that's what got me started. And then I found Wrestletok, but that's my story. What's your story?
I this was about a year ago. I got bored and got on there and my daughter told me about TikTok. I got on there and I thought it was interesting. And I was actually on there doing doing a bunch of different things. I was trying to fill out a bunch of different stuff. I was like, well, maybe I could talk to people, make a content about gardening. Because I did a content in the beginning about gardening a little bit. And then I was doing a content I wasn't doing much content on it, but I thought about doing content on being spiritual because
Okay.
I'm spiritual. And then I said, nah, don't want to do that. And then I just saw King Benji. Mind you, I don't have anything against King Benji at all.
Hmm.
I saw him and I saw Dad 316. Actually, I saw King Benji first. And I ain't gonna lie, King Benji struck my eye because I'm a woman. He was attractive. I like the way he looked. I was trying to holler at the man. All right. But it ain't work out like that. He had a girlfriend, so you know, he had a girlfriend, so I just pushed that all out the window. And I liked his content. I like his wrestling content. And then I was like, wow, I like wrestling. You know, every time he came on live, I was on there. And then Dad 316 was on there. Him and Dad 316 was on there. I was like, wow, they really, you know, they are real. These two guys are really working good together, And then I started dedicating myself to seeing their lives every time they would come on live, and you know, one thing led to another. Benji got his whatever, how many thousand followers he got, and started growing a relationship with Benji, and then with Dad 316, and then when they added me onto Fine Tune Wrestling, I really felt like had something in common with a bunch of people, that like wrestling. And I couldn't believe how fast that people actually embrace me as being a part of a wrestling community the way they did. Because like everybody else, we can't find that special group of people that we can be in common with. I wasn't in common with nobody until I got on TikTok. And that's what drew me to TikTok. The wrestling community did.
All right. I mean, you, and then you actually went into my next question was going to be how did, like, because it just seems so organic with you and Dad 316 and the rest of the Fine Tune Wrestling people, that you guys were like, did that just kind of happen as far as, like, because I consider you one of the, I don't want to say OGs, but you're one of the founding members of Fine Tune Wrestling.
I wouldn't say founding
I mean,
members.
you're one of the originals. I mean,
I,
you're you're
I
you're one of the first three because,
yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
if Dad 316 watches this or whatever, listens to it, um, if you, oh,
I mean, if
oh,
you say I'm one of the originals,
I
fine. I wouldn't say that.
I what no what I'm and Dad 316, if he does, I'm gonna say, I'm gonna talk directly to him. He's probably not gonna listen to this, but I think if without you, Morning Mayhem would have been bye bye.
I see I don't think like that. I don't think that. I think without Dad 316 it wouldn't survive. I think that
Well, I think you two and work so well together, and I because he knows what buttons to push for you to get you
yeah,
going, and it's funny. Like the whole yeah movement, that to me was, that's comedy, and the whole
yeah,
the whole throne, like we the ones kind of stuff, like that stuff.
yeah.
that I tune in for that kind of stuff. And of course, Herbert the Pervert is another one. But
Yes.
um,
That 316 is amazing. He is he has become a great friend. I mean, in September it'll be a year that he added me on to Fine Tune Wrestling,
okay.
you know, and I just enjoy it. I've never thought in a million years I would be a part of something like that, you know. And it's been wonderful working with him, you
He
know.
he like you said, he's a very genuine human being
He
because
is.
when I was going through that stuff with Andrew, when I was going through like the surgeries that I went through last summer and fall, and all the bullying that we dealt with Andrew, as far as like people on lives just saying ridiculous stuff to 10-year-olds.
Mm.
Um, he was the first person to he video chatted me several times on Instagram, and he's all like, "Are you okay? Like, are is Andrew okay?" Like he's constantly like checking
That's
in.
that's the type of person he is. He is a person that is concerned about his friends. He wants to make sure everybody's good. He wants to make sure everybody cool. And that's one of the reasons why we still friends because he actually cares. You know what I
Yes,
mean? He actually cares and he actually wants to, you know, he loves wrestling and he wants to be around a bunch of people that love wrestling just like he does. And if he knows you're sincere and he knows you real, he gonna be there. You know what I mean? He gonna actually be there. That's what I love about Dad 316. He's funny. He's just caring. He's funny. You know he's just amazing dude. And I look forward to keep working with him and the rest of Fine Tune Wrestling. You know, we got Kenny, we got Willie, you know, Liz, you know,
yeah.
um, and
I
we
look,
got
I look like I
mhm.
it when he invites me, like I just hop in the chat and he wants me to like jump in the box. I'm like, I don't have anything prepared, my guy. Like,
You don't have to have anything prepared.
like
We all been chilling. We all been chilling on TikTok for what? We all know each other pretty much for over like more than 6 months at least. I mean, he know you. He not just gonna have anybody in the daggone live. He know who you are. His certain people he didn't grew a relationship with. He gonna have them. You know, that's just the type of person he is. You know,
yeah,
that's the type of person Dad 316 is, and I'm just grateful to have a friend like him to be a part of a community like this. And I just hope it lasts longer than it has. It only has been like almost a year. I hope it lasts longer than that, you know.
I
But
TikTok has been a blessing for me. Um, I have friends, but I don't have. I'm closer to you and my TikTok family than I
mhm,
am to my other friends that I have that I like, and because I have that connection. I talk to you guys on a daily basis. I
right,
I I see you guys. I mean,
right.
it's I don't know. I feel it's easier to talk to you than it is to go and call one of my friends and be like, "Hey, I have this problem."
Right,
Yeah,
right.
but
Me personally, I haven't had anybody yet. Maybe Dad 316. You know, I haven't had anybody yet that I could actually really talk to. Maybe Justin, but I'm more focused on you, you know, being there for you because I feel like you and I'm when I mean you, Justin, anybody that's going through something, I want to be able to be there for them so they can know that actually somebody is there in their life that actually gives a damn about
Yeah.
what they're going through. Me, on the other hand, I don't have that. I don't have that because it's not that I don't want it. It's just that I mean, I have a hard time opening up.
Okay.
So I don't open up as much as I should because I'm not there yet with who I can really trust at this point. But I,
That's
I
fair.
mean, I mean that's why when if you ever notice me on TikTok, I just come on TikTok, say my point and go off. I don't come on there and be like, I have an issue with this or I have an issue with that. It's because I'm not that personal. I'm not that I don't get down like that on TikTok like that, you know. But I'm pretty sure, once I'm just not there yet. I'm just not there in the trust issue yet, because it's been too much drama going on in TikTok where it's like I'm not able to trust certain people. But then there are times when I'll be like, I don't give a damn. I'll just go ahead and blurt out whatever the hell. There'll be times when I'll be like, I don't give a damn. I'm just gonna say what I want to say. But most of the time, I mean, I know I can probably talk to Dad 316, but Dad 316 has been busy lately. So, and there's I'm like I say, I'm spiritual. I do a lot of things in private. Like I talk to I talk to God a lot. So when nobody else is around, I just talk to God and tell him my problems and pray to him and then leave it at that. Because usually when I talk to people, it's like, are you actually listening? Can I rely on you to actually listen, to understand what I'm going through? Because it's hard to actually find somebody that's going to listen and understand what you're going through. You very seldom find somebody like that. I only have one best friend in my life. She's not even here. She's in North Carolina. But, that's just the way things are. I do things different than other people. I rely on a higher power. So that's just me.
Well, I
But
just
just know that anybody that, like you, for instance, Matt, you can always come to me and talk to me about whatever's going on. It'll be between me and you.
oh,
That's how me and Justin became so close because he can come to me and talk to me about anything.
he's someone. I have my story about Justin. When I first got on TikTok, when I first came across Justin on TikTok, and I've told him this story we've talked about this a few times. He thinks it's funny. I told him, I said, listen, man, I'm not gonna lie. When I first came across your content, I thought you were annoying as fuck. I'm like, I was like, what is this clown doing? Like, what is and I said, but I started talking to you and I got to know not JB, not let's go, baby, Justin. I got to know Justin.
Right.
And it really opened my eyes. And I've told the story a couple times uh on live and on the show. Never used his name, so I guess it's out now. He came to me the night that he got bullied by couple people on a live, and um, he came to me and told me that he was considering unaliving himself.
Mm.
I must have had a 45-minute to an hour long conversation, and I talked him off the ledge. I told him, dude, the chances are of of you or I meeting any of these people who are using foul words towards you are slim to none.
Hmm.
So you got to have the attitude on TikTok. Fuck them.
Yep.
You have to have that attitude. You can't care what people. I mean, it's hard to do because I'm one of them.
Yeah.
I got broad shoulders. I can take a lot, but there are
Hmm.
days where I've looked at my phone and said, I'm done with TikTok. I can't handle this anymore. But what do I do? I'm always there.
Right.
But
Because you like doing what you like doing. You like being
yeah,
on TikTok doing what you love. And you can't let people like that stop you from doing what you love doing.
and I told him, I said, take a week off or however long you need.
Right.
Just know that. And I mentioned you. I said, Dawn will be there for you. I'll be there for you. And I just started naming off all the genuine people that I knew at the time that were going
Hmm.
to be there for them.
Hmm.
And I'm like, you have friends, dude. You're not in this by yourself. The people who are calling you the names and being assholes towards you are not your friends.
Right.
I said, your circle, you want your circle to be like this, but you need your circle to be like this.
As small as possible. It's always best to have your circle as small as possible because
Yep,
if it's too big, it's just going to cause a lot of confusion and drama.
yep. And I mean, that's what, unfortunately, as many followers as Benji had, he,
Yeah, he was in a Benji was in a bad way, and he had issues that he needed to resolve on his own. You
yeah.
know what I mean?
Well,
And
the thing that I noticed about him, and I know we're getting off of you because we should be talking about you. The only thing that I noticed about Benji was he thought he was bigger than the community that helped him get to that following. That was my main thing. That's why I didn't like him.
hmm,
And he called me a racist, but it is what it is.
yeah, it is what it is. You
I
know.
mean, because I didn't like Bianca Belair.
Yeah, see, just
I
because you don't like somebody that
Yeah,
happens to be black doesn't mean that's the reason why you don't like them. So,
I just don't like Bianca Belair. I think she sucks, but
I mean, that's your opinion, and
yeah,
I respect that.
I mean,
It's about respecting a
yeah,
person's opinion, and we as people, that's the problem with us people. We always jump to the racist card, and it's not always about the race card. That's why I be like, that's why I try to stay away from stuff like that, because it always starts off a bad argument,
I mean,
and
the
we
only
can't we can't dislike a person without somebody thinking there's a reason, a personal reason, you know.
I mean,
It's
that'd be
like
like saying Hulk. If you're a Hulk Hogan fan, you're a white supremacist.
exactly.
It's like no,
I mean, I mean, I mean, it is what it is.
yeah,
We all have our reasons for not liking a certain wrestler, but it's just about the respect. If
yeah.
you don't like somebody, just respect the fact that they don't like them and move on. You can't just be like, well, why you don't like them? Or you just don't like them because they black or something like that. I ain't got time for that. I just
Yeah,
I try to respect your reason why you don't like them and move on.
I
But
know whole Bianca Belair thing. I don't know. She just there's something she doesn't seem. I don't know. She just seems. I don't know if it's just
I
the
mean,
long title.
you have your reasons for not liking her. I'm not gonna fault. I'm not gonna get all mad at you because you don't like her. I love her, but that don't mean you have to. I'm cool with it. You know, there are wrestlers that I love. I mean, there's wrestlers that you like that I don't like. So, I mean, it is what it is. I don't lose any sleep over the fact that you don't like Bianca Belair.
I
You
think
know what I mean?
I think with her, not because I'm trying to like piece it together because I think it's her writing right now. I think the way they're handling her right now is poorly. Like her NXT stuff was
Mm,
really good. I enjoyed her on NXT. When she moved to the main roster, there was just something happened. And I don't know if
mm,
it's because Vince was writing and it just turned into shit or what,
mm.
but I just kind of fell away, like just kind of fell off for me. But
I mean, that's your opinion. It is what it is. I respect your opinion. You know, I
so
respect you. I respect everybody. You know, but
well,
don't expect me. Just like I said, don't expect me to like Roman Reigns because I like the man. I like him as a person and everything. I, for one, just don't like the fact that he is still champion and he's been champion for 2 years. And to me, he's done nothing in them. You know, he's a part-time champion. And he got the, I just don't like him as champion right now. I think his time is up. He need to give up the belts and let somebody else have a shot. But as a person, I love Roman Reigns as a person.
okay.
He's a great guy, but he's a money maker, so that's why they got him in there.
So that's a perfect segue into our game. We're gonna play a little game. Okay.
All right.
I have 10 people floating in my head. I think there was 5 women, 5 men. Um, I'm
Mm,
gonna say their name, and they're pro wrestlers, and you have to give me one to the first thing that pops into your head
okay.
about that person.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna start off with AJ Styles.
AJ Styles. First thing pops up in my head, TNA.
Okay,
The king of TNA. That's how I look at him.
okay. Number 2, the rated R superstar Edge.
Hmm. What's the first thing pops up in my head when I think of Ed? One of the best heels in WWE. One of.
Okay. Oh, the next one was gonna be mm, the next one. No, well, MJF.
MJF. He is uh um the best talker in the he's the best talker of the now in the now to me, the best talker in the now, I'll say.
Okay. Um, he kind of did this one, but we're gonna go Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is the tribal chief of wrestling today. He
Someone
is definitely the tribal chief of wrestling today. I give him that
someone will probably end up screen recording that, and it'll probably end up on TikTok.
because it's the truth. I mean, it's the truth. I gotta say it's the truth. The man is he's the man. He's the tribal chief of wrestling today. He's gonna make his mark. He's definitely already made his mark. He is a Samoan. This what is it? This ancestor of the Rock. I mean, it's in the blood. That's why there's the bloodline. So I'm
Okay.
just grateful. I'm just one thing I can say about the bloodline and Roman Reigns is that me being 53, going on 53, by the way, I'll be 53 next week. Um, I am grateful to have witnessed such a great storyline with the bloodline and Roman Reigns. This has been one of the most interesting, fabulous storylines in my time. And I don't think there'll be another one like it. So
Not in our lifetime, no.
no, not in our lifetime. So they need to give this man what you call him, a Slammy Award. They need to bring back the Slammy Awards and just give him one because he deserves it. He really does. He is the tribal chief of the now too. So, all right, there I said it. I gave the man his props. All right,
No,
I ain't doing it no more.
no. I mean, I'm not a Roman hater. I'm
I'm
not
not
a
either. I'm not a Roman
um.
hater.
I will always say that he should have lost at WrestleMania. Cody got screwed over, but we'll dive into that on a different episode. um.
Okay.
Uh. But number 5, we'll go the EST, Bianca Belair.
In my eyes, she has been a great. She is one of the most influential black female wrestlers today. I mean, besides her long reign as WWE champion, being the first black longest reigning WWE women's champion, she has been a big influence on the young black, women of today. She is a great track and field. She's great at making her own gear. She makes her husband's gear. She does her own hair. She does her own makeup. The girl can practically do it all, you know? And that's why I love her. It's not just because of her wrestling skills, it's because of what she does outside the ring as well. And you don't you don't get too many wrestlers like that has like multiple she's good at just other stuff. She's very strong, she's very influential. I admire her. I do. I admire Bianca Belair. She's amazing, and I look forward to seeing what else she's capable of doing. So that's my opinion of her.
Okay.
That's my opinion of her. She's a
Um.
great person.
So before we go to the next one, who do you think is going to be the one to knock her off? Because obviously it's not going to be Asuka, because that's the only logical person in the back that should have knocked her off.
Hmm. Now that's a good question because it's almost as if she is, just like people say, there has to be somebody that really can defeat Roman Reigns and actually be on the same level as Roman Reigns. I feel the same way about Bianca. There has to be somebody that's on the same level as her that can be like there up there with her that could like defeat her and still maintain the popularity and the influence that she has. So you already got Rhea as champion, but hmm, Liv Morgan to me
Okay.
is a if she continues to be on the right path. I mean, she something about Liv Morgan that I like about her, but at the same time, it's like they didn't give her a fair chance at being champion when she became champion. Because I absolutely loved her as champion, but when they took the belt off of her, I think they took it off too quick because everybody was like, now that she got the belt, she ain't doing nothing. I don't think they gave her a fair chance.
Okay.
I would love to see Liv get the belt back. I said it. I said it. I would love to see Liv Morgan get the belt back. She's becoming a big influence to um person with the young community, the young girls, now. And she bonds a lot with the fans, you know.
Yeah.
I think she deserves another title shot against Bianca.
Okay.
I wouldn't be mad if she beats Bianca. I wouldn't be mad at all. I like Liv Morgan. I think she deserves it.
Okay. Next up, Jamie Hayter.
Jamie Hayter. I don't really know much about Jamie Hayter. I mean, I still need to know more about her in the ring. You know, my daughter admires her. My daughter Aubrey, she admires Jamie Hayter. But me, I need to know more about her. She's doing great as a champion. I even though I get her and Tony Storm mixed up, because that should tell you right there. I don't know much about her. I get her and Tony Storm mixed up a lot. But she's doing pretty good as a champion, I think. You know, I think she has a lot to prove. I do. I do believe she has a lot to prove. And I look forward to seeing more of her in the future. I
Okay.
need to see more of what she can do in the future because right now it's like she's limited
Okay.
to me.
Next up, Becky Lynch.
Becky. What can I say about Becky? Becky two belts. Becky is amazing. Becky, I remember seeing Becky in 2017 when she was when she had the different images, when she had the little goggles, you
Okay.
know, that image. My daughter loves her too. My daughter was a big fan of her. She's come a long way also. She is very influential. I love Becky. I love Becky Lynch. I really do. Um, she is great. I think she's a great mom. She is great in the ring. She's great outside the ring. I wouldn't mind meeting Becky Lynch one day. I think she is really, really awesome person.
A little side note with Becky, she designs and picks out everything that Seth Rollins wears every week to the ring.
Oh yeah, it
Yeah,
looks like it. It
yeah.
looks like it, and he doesn't mind wearing it. He does
Well,
not mind
I
wearing
mean,
it.
let's be fair. I'm pretty sure the man runs that family.
Hey, hey, I don't see nothing wrong with it.
I mean,
My daughter realized that the glasses he had on Raw. She said, "Ma, he got on Becky Lynch's glasses." I said, "He does." She said, "Yeah, those are Becky Lynch's glasses." I said, "Well, he wearing it just as well as she is, so hey."
I mean, my wife runs this house. I'm not afraid to say
Hey, sometimes happy wife, happy life. But that's what they say.
it. Exactly.
And I'm not even married. I just hear that all the time. So
Let's see. Um, Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte. What can I say about Charlotte? Don't get me wrong. I like Charlotte. I mean, a lot of people say she's living in the shadow of her dad, but I don't really think so. I think she is portraying her brother's destiny of becoming a wrestler. I absolutely believe she is doing that. But and she is a wonderful sister to do something like that for her brother. She is. Would I be able to do something like that? I don't think so. She's living the dream for her brother, and that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. I mean, I believe she done all she done all she's could do in wrestling. You know, I give her props. I respect her. I do. I do.
And
Another amazing wrestler.
of course, the last person that we have on the list. This shouldn't be a surprise at all. Wardlow.
Wardlow, my man. I've come to learn about a lot about Wardlow. He Batista he's inspired by Batista.
I can see that actually. Like,
Mhm. He said he grew up watching Batista. He grew up watching Jeff Hardy. And he said that whenever he said ever since he saw Jeff Hardy do the Swanton bomb off the ropes, he been wanting to do it. So he said he practiced hard, really hard, just so he could do that Swanton. And he does. He does it very well to be a man of his stature, of his build. He does the Swanton Bomb very well, very well. He started. I love that man. He started in wrestling late. He actually started in wrestling late. Can you believe that? He started in his 30s.
Really?
Yes,
Wow. Well, when we had Ken
like
Anderson on, that just reminds me because
he
Ken
started like late 20s, early 30s.
Ken's about the same was in the same boat from what I remember him saying is he was watching Stone. He was working at a factory, and he went over to a buddy's house, and he watched Stone Cold on Monday night drink beer and kick someone's ass. He's like, I could do that, so he went and did it. I'm like, you know,
Hey, and Wardlow said he was small for. Look, this is how he became to like Jeff Hardy. He was small for his age, right? He said he was kind of big, tall, but he was small in weight. So he was like wanted to be like Jeff Hardy. He wanted to do what Jeff Hardy did because he figured he wasn't going to get any bigger. So he wanted to do the Swanton Bomb like Jeff Hardy. That's what he said.
huh?
And then when he saw Batista, he decided that he wanted to be as big as Batista. He wanted to go in wrestling being as big as Batista was. And he went to he said he went to WWE when he got into wrestling. He went to WWE. They told him that he wasn't ready, go make a name for himself and come back. And look what he did. He made a name for himself.
Yeah, sure did.
So Warlow is wonderful. Warlow is really wonderful. He is great to his fans. I mean, you saw what he did for
Oh yeah,
me.
yeah.
He's wonderful. I really love that man. And I just hope to meet him one day.
Well, well, was it all in? No, double or nothing.
Double or nothing.
I mean, that I was gonna ask you is Dad 316 gonna go with you to double or nothing, or is he
No, but he's not far from Vegas.
okay?
And I asked him if he did have a shot, if he did have a chance, to come and like say hi, come up to Vegas and say hi, because he's not really that far. He's not all that far. But I'm going there to meet MJ.
Okay,
I'm going to meet MJ, and we're going to go to Double or Nothing, and we're going to go to a GCW wrestling event also.
okay, that's
So
cool.
hopefully, Dad 316 will drive up and say hi. It would be nice.
That'd be cool. That would be cool. So we're gonna close out the show. Plug what you're working on. What's what's you don't have to go into detail if you don't want to. What's Fine Tune Wrestling working on going forward? Like if the people that are watching this and listening to this might not know about Fine Tune Wrestling and what you guys are working on and what you guys are working towards, what are you guys working on?
We're working on doing more podcasts on we already have a podcast on YouTube for the Fallout.
Okay.
That's on YouTube. We did one episode. Um Looking forward to doing more. Uh Liz and Willie will be doing a podcast show called Versus. I think it's called Versus, where they do debate. They're gonna be debating against each other.
Okay.
That's coming up. That's coming up soon. And I don't know if you saw already, but Conversation with Kenny and I do a recap AEW show on Thursdays
Yeah,
at
in the
10.
morning.
At
Yeah, yeah.
10. Yeah. We have that going on too. So, and some other stuff that's in the making. Not probably I think it's going to be something with Irish Neep
Okay.
and Irish Neep and he might have something coming up too. So,
He's actually one that really helped me as well to get to really get the ball rolling with Mr. Anderson, and I owe him a tremendously big thank you. Um, but So, um,
And I don't want to forget Ringside Ed.
oh yeah,
He's part of Fine Tune Wrestling too. And he may be coming up with something in the making too. So, when I find out, you will know.
nice, nice. So, and then next week, I want everyone. This is my plug to tune in, same time, same channel, with our special guest. Will be everyone. Well, depending on who you talk to, everyone's favorite Brit, Haley, will be
Ah,
guest number 2 on Beyond the Mat podcast, Wrestletok Wednesday. And look forward. And I plan on scheduling Dawn for another episode and getting into more. Now that we know the backstory with Dawn, we can dive into current wrestling on a Wrestletok Wednesday.
sure, I don't mind.
So we can do that, and the next time Dawn's on, we'll talk. We'll pick. Actually, yeah, this is it. This is my plan. Next time Dawn is on, I will have her pick a wrestler a week in advance. She can pick the wrestler, and we can talk about their career. So going forward, episode 2 of Dawn or episode 2 of Haley or the other people. I have a list. I got about 10 people already, and I'm super excited for this. Thank you for being the very first, uh, the inaugural guest. It was a lot of fun. Um,
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Thank you.
and if anyone's out there watching this live, you can hop over to TikTok because I'll be going live here shortly while I'm waiting for Andrew to get out of school. You're welcome to join me there. Um, but again, thank you for everyone. Thank you, Dawn. And I will be talking to you very soon.
Thank you, Matt. I enjoyed it. Once again, I don't mind coming back.